Okay. Go down just a little. Okay, hopefully that's
All
good.
right. Let's wait a second. Hi, everybody. You're watching Happy's Lawn Care. Well, Happy's family. But yes, we have a lawn care and landscaping business.
I had to set that up. I gotta actually run over here and let it take the picture and then run back over.
Yeah, there's been a couple times where, like, it has a crazy picture of me. Like the intro picture. Caleb's Lawn Care said, hey, guys.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out these cool chairs.
Cam's Cut said, hi, I just got a brand new blower.
Oh, nice. What blower?
Lucy Young said, hi, I was just watching your daily vlog. Yes, we do pretty much post daily. We post about our life. So thank you very much for watching.
Sorry, I'm trying to put this on this little tiny... I don't even know how to do
Yeah,
this.
Carl likes to be able to read the comments too. And then when we have something set up that's too far, he can't see them. Rob Cole said, hello, everyone.
How do I turn the volume? Uh-oh.
Yeah, you have to turn the volume all the way down, right?
Okay, here we go. Too bad there's not a way to make the chats like really big.
There might be. We're just not very good at, like, computer stuff. Cam Cut said, I got the BG56CE. So is that one of the handheld ones? Because I always said that I would like to invest in a handheld. Carl makes fun of me because I'm like, we should have like a little broom or something. Because you know how like you put everything away, you know, the blower, and then you put the gate up, and then there's like a little bit that got through the gate. I don't know.
One second, guys. I think I can move a little bit. I'm trying to adjust this.
Matthew said, hi, thank you for all you do. Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you for watching us. You know, when we set out to do this, I guess 3.5 years ago now, Carl?
Yeah, I don't even know.
So...
It might have been 4 years ago now.
Yeah, we don't even know. I think it was in 2017, so you might be right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. We're going to go back and watch old videos, too.
Yeah, in the winter time.
Yeah.
We want to do reaction videos, but we got to figure out how to do the picture into the thing. Like we said, we're not too computer savvy.
Yeah.
So we want to do the whole picture and reaction to our videos, our old ones, because we were watching some a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we just like clicked on one. I think because somebody actually made a comment, and we were like, wow, what a throwback.
Yeah, I know.
So, but, you know, like we said, we never set out to, like, get to almost 10,000 subscribers like we are. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, definitely. How's the background noise? Because we are outside on the porch, as you can see. With all the
bugs are so loud.
They are loud, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are loud.
Maybe when it cools down next week, we'll be able to do a lot. It's because it's been but today we were out mowing, it was 93 degrees with the heat index. So,
yeah, it really got warm.
Yeah, it did get really warm.
I'm really actually liking those SPF shirts. Is that what they are?
Oh, yeah, the light ones, the Columbia ones. I guess they're fishing company shirts. I guess
so I found them on Amazon now.
Thanks,
too.
David.
Yeah.
He let us know about them. He showed me the material. And they, believe it or not, I've been switching back and forth because we only have one and we don't get to wash it all the time.
Well, we have one each.
Yeah,
right. You're about to have two, though, because I got 2 extra larges just because I like to wear my shirts big, but it's really big.
Yeah, you were swimming in it.
Yeah. So,
but going back and forth from these shirts to that shirt, there's a big difference. When you get in the truck, you're soaking in these shirts, and then you dry off quick. And then when there's a breeze coming. Yeah. Now, I'm curious to see how they are in the wintertime when there's, like, a cold breeze.
Yeah.
Will that breeze eat right through you?
So, Cam did say that, yes, it is a handheld unit. Vicky said hello.
Hey, Vicky.
Dean said hello. I think that he said that hello from Winston-Salem, and they are headed to Hendersonville for Labor Day to come to the Apple Festival. Is very nice. We do really enjoy it, but we will not be going this year.
Yeah. We're going to take the kids apple picking, though. Paige had asked, so we're going to take... Oh, the church telling us it's 10
Oh,
o'clock.
it's 10 o'clock. So I'm sorry. We apologize in advance, but this is going to do this 10 times.
And I'll just have you read the comments, so I'm not
Okay.
I'm not focused. I
Yeah,
keep looking
because
back on
it
these.
is, and I do apologize. Sometimes it feels like I'm looking down at my phone a lot, but I'm trying not to miss comments and questions if you guys have them. So I'm not being rude. I just want to, make sure I don't miss anything. So Shane said,
and
love you guys. Watch every morning before I go out and mow. You guys inspire me.
And
Keep up the good work.
before we get any further in this live, if any of you guys live on the Louisiana coast, the
No.
Mississippi area, please get to safety. This is no
Yes.
joke, this storm.
We are praying for you, and we're thinking about you. So yeah,
definitely.
I think that it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yes,
So.
and if you haven't gotten out, just make sure you're on higher ground, because there's a chance this thing can be a Category 5. That's how fast it can grow. We're hoping not, but just be safe, guys, out there. Remember, don't go through moving water. Turn around. Don't drown, like they say.
So, Cam Cut said you guys should do snow removal in the winter.
Now, I lived in Jersey for 32 years, and I was in DC for a couple in North Carolina earlier on. But
And he did snow removal.
I did do snow removal, but I know how to drive in the snow, but I'm not messing around in these mountains here.
No.
There's no guardrails in some of these areas, and I give all the guys that do it credit. I'm not that experienced to do it. We have some areas where I don't even know how people get out of their driveways on these hills that they have down here. I'd be a nervous wreck going. I like to play in the snow.
Lawn Commander said, hey, what's up? Oh, Lawn Commander, Stacy, we've been thinking about you all week.
Definitely.
So hopefully you are getting everything settled and back up in order.
And hopefully we don't get much rain out of this storm coming up.
Yes, Stephen Edding said hello. Caleb's Lawn Care said, I hope we get to talk again at GIE. Looking forward to seeing you again. So we are actually not going to GIE this year.
No, we are, if you guys have been watching for a while, our oldest daughter just went to college, and she stayed in the state of North Carolina out at ECU. And we're taking that time to go. We went and dropped her off, and then we're taking another trip out there to go visit her. So we want to spend our time the first year going back and forth just to make sure she's good.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I left for the Marine Corps, I missed home, especially Rachel. I missed Rachel.
So we were together back then. Carl and I met when I was 15 and he was 17. So, and the crazy thing is we met the same way that his grandparents met.
Yes, at a roller skating rink.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is I had friends that showed up at my house that I hadn't seen in a long time that said, you want to go skating? And I said, sure, why not?
Yeah.
I have nothing else to do, and that's where I met Rachel.
Yeah, so I'm definitely thankful for that 20-something years later, right?
Yes, 25, 26, something like that.
So, Shane said hello from Utah. Marie said hello from Central Virginia. Love your videos. Can't wait to see them every day. Thank you very much.
We tried to. I have a garden video that I got to finish. We're going to put it up tomorrow. It's from when we got back from vacation all the way to tomorrow. I'm going to try to put it up tomorrow night to show things in the garden, because it didn't. The garden actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Except for
I'm
where the
thankful.
groundhogs destroyed.
Oh, and I've been making so many tomatoes. As of right now, like I made bruschetta again. So we've been eating that. But then I've also been just roasting them and just freezing them so that I have them for like chili and soups and different things in the winter.
And we want to. I told Rick, because we have a whole bunch we got to pick tomorrow, and then some are bad, but we're going to take them to the chickens. Or my worms. I've still been feeding my worms, even though I haven't showed them since. They've been in the same buckets and they're still alive. I'll get to that one day.
So
But,
Cam Cuts wants to tell us he's from Ontario, Canada. That's very cool.
yes,
So,
we've been to Canada one time.
yeah. And Jay's Crazy Cuts is on here. They said, hey, y'all. So I hope that you guys are safe. We are
Yes,
thinking
stay safe.
of you.
This thing looks like it's coming directly towards you guys. Hopefully it goes to the east of you guys, so you don't get the worst of it because it's east side loaded.
Yeah. So Nate said that he has a quick question. We have tall fescue lawn and we had a bunch of Kalinga weeds in it. Once we sprayed it, it turned completely brown. Do you suggest thatching it with the power rake?
It would help,
Yeah.
definitely, to get that cleaned out. Okay, we have a yard
Yeah.
that is just like that. Where
Mhm.
I haven't put the video up yet. It's the one that I stripe, and then it's got the big hill in the back. Where the lawn looks beautiful with the Kalinga in it. When you cut it, it's just a lighter
She had it
green.
last year too.
Yes, she had it last year. We are going to this week start spraying everything with a sledgehammer and a 2,4-D. And then when we go to aerate and seed in 2-3 more weeks, we're going to hit everything with a tenacity too.
Yeah.
As the same time we seed. Now I would try to get that out. It's not going to hurt to have more bare ground for the fescue to grow back into.
And that would be the easiest way to get it out is with a power rake.
Yeah.
We necessarily say that you don't need to thatch tall fescue if you're mowing at proper heights all the time.
Yes.
There really shouldn't
and mowing
be
it weekly.
Yeah, there really shouldn't be a need, or there shouldn't be much thatch, I
No.
guess I should say. And if there is anything, then the aerator usually gets it. But in a situation like that, like we're in her yard, in our client's yard that has the Kalinga, we actually go ahead and we put down soil
Yeah.
also.
We'll punch it a whole bunch of times,
Mm.
put a million holes in it, and then we'll go ahead and rake soil. We'll put seed in then, and then we'll rake the soil over it, and then we'll hit it with some seed again.
Yeah.
I,
So it's really tough. Just know that if you had it this year, it's probably going to come back
and
next
hit
year.
it early.
Yeah.
Hit it early while you can.
It needs a couple, I think a couple times, I
Yes.
don't know, for whatever reason, it's just one of those terrible weeds, and I don't
Definitely
like
a
it,
terrible
yeah. And buttonwood's
Yes.
another one that, oh my goodness.
So you guys will see what we're
Stacy
getting
said he's
ready to
gonna
do.
send us another picture.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that,
If
so
you
if you guys don't know who Lawn Commander is, he is a guy that's also in this area that does lawn care and landscaping.
We actually did a video that actually did really
Oh yeah,
good
we had a couple videos
with his
him.
Ventrac in it. But his house got flooded up to about, 5-6 feet
Yeah.
high, maybe 5 feet, 6 feet high.
And it was a rental house, but he was about to rent it out. So, somebody is still homeless and he has all this mess to clean
Yeah,
up. So
and it's been hot out there.
we're
It's
definitely
just-
thinking of you. And again, if you need any help on like a Sunday,
Yeah, just let us know and we'll run out there and help you out, man.
David said hi. Good evening, Bennett. Tyree Grant said hello all the way from Texas, and hopefully I say that properly. Garrett said hi, both saying from Wales. Hi from Wales.
Texas, it's pretty hot out there still,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Texas, I'm sure is probably hot. Now, are they going to get rain from this too? No.
I don't think they're going to get much. It's supposed to come in and then curve out. I don't even think we're supposed to get much unless it goes to the east more. It's more or less a central Tennessee up in the Ohio Valley. So, and then of course down in Louisiana.
Yeah, the Cutting Force said hey. Hilda said hi from Ohio. Trayvon said hi.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're having a good night.
Thank you everybody for joining in on our live. If you guys have any questions, definitely please put them down and we'll try to answer them. Jay's Crazy Cut said it's going to be a bad one. So, yeah, Carl is a weather, not...
I've been watching this storm, what was it they were saying, 5, 6, 7 days ago.
Yeah.
Some of the models were predicting it there or over in the Texas area more.
And we didn't realize this, but I guess Carl had mentioned to Jay, and Jay mentioned back that...
In the last 10 years, they've had 4 major hurricanes in
Yeah.
that area.
So if
on the
you
same
want to...
date.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we're definitely praying for
And
you.
we were talking today to a client, and Hurricane Katrina hit about, this week, right?
Cam said, I'm going to go now. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks, Cam, for joining
Thanks for
in.
stopping by.
Matt said, learning from you guys and cutting my grass on a higher setting Has my my yard looking so much greener and lush. Yes. So that is the whole point in raising as high as you can. And I really wish that we could figure out the Z3 because I think that sometimes that cuts a little shorter than I would like it to.
It's like 3 7/8. Our rule of thumb is if you're having a really wet season, you can go lower on the grass. Definitely go lower, down to 3. I mean, the Jonathan Green seed, the Black Beauty that we're using, and when we do aeration this year, that's all we're using is the Black Beauty. It says you can cut that down at 3 inches. Now, here we have too many different. I wouldn't go that low, but 3.5 when it's like really wet out.
Now, some of the people by the golf course like to go as low as they can, and sometimes it works, but
if you're irrigating a lot, but it doesn't matter how much you're irrigating and how much you're doing. When you have days like 90s, like we've had 85, 90 degrees, and the nighttime lows are just up there in humidity.
Yeah.
Fescue doesn't like that. It takes it downhill. Like these lawns now, even though we got 15.5 inches of rain in 1 week, the lawns are looking horrible like that late August.
Right. Well, it was too much growth after the lawns had been like drought stressed anyway.
And then now what is it? Our house, we've had 1 inch in 5 days and it hasn't rained.
Yeah, I don't know, but we don't want. It's just crazy. Yeah. I know, like some stuff. Like clients that were irrigating, we had to turn off the irrigation on our landscape job
because too much water.
Yeah, so just crazy. Indigo Home said, yo, hello. One lost dude, Olaf from California, Trayvon, hi. Tanya, howdy from Southern California.
Thanks for stopping by, guys.
Yeah. Hilda said, when do you plant your grass seed?
We watch weather. They say you can start aerating and seeding in like the 3rd, 4th week of August. All the way up until we've aerated and seeded to the 1st week of October, right? 2nd week of October, I think, is the latest.
I think one year actually we went all the way to like the end of October, to be honest with you.
And anything that doesn't germinate will stay dormant and will germinate in the spring once the ground temperatures warm up and stuff. And we put 6 pounds of seed per 1,000. But
and I'm the seed fairy actually because I don't even really measure. I just like take him. If I see a bare spot, I'm like, oh. But I'm not going to be doing that this year because seed is way too expensive.
Up. The Black Beauty went up $30 a bag for us. And that's probably about an 18% increase. Now Site One's Triple Fescue, which we're not using anymore, that was like a 40% increase.
Yeah, and that's what I'm seeing across the board.
So, but generally when we say by weather, if it looks like we're not getting any rain for a long time, then we'll hold off on aeration because we don't want the seed to just sit there in the heat of the day and it being dry. We're hoping for a wet, and then we watch weather. Usually, if it's too hot, we hold off. If it's going to be cool, like I think it's going to be, I want to start seeding in 3 weeks.
So we're aiming for mid-September.
Mid-September,
like
second, 3rd week of September. Latest 3rd week is I want to get it started.
Is it the 13th, I think we were looking at? So, so we're hoping. It's all really going to depend on what this hurricane's going to bring.
What comes behind it, because there is other ones that
come. If there is another one coming and we see that we're going to get like another, major rainstorm, then we're going to hold off because we don't want the grass seed to be completely washed away. So even though we're aerating, we're also on hills and mountains.
And we want it to at least set in the ground for a week with a little bit of light rain, not no torrential 20 inches. Definitely not.
So have you tried a speed feed head yet?
No, I have not.
We didn't get it.
I'm going to get one.
We got wrapped up in just trying to get Kayla off to college. And, of course, you guys know we drove, over 1,400 miles in 1 week.
Yeah, in 5 days, actually.
Yeah, in 5 days. We drove back and forth. Mm-hmm. So that was just crazy. So we are trying to get obviously caught up with the lawn care because that is our number one priority.
And I definitely am going to try to speed
And then we'll
feed.
get back to our playing our games, right?
Playing our game. I won't definitely go permanently to a speed feed, guys. I just think that I'd be changing the head too many times. Like today, I ran out of string and I looked at the video and me just messing around. It only took me 1:48 seconds to get in the trailer, bring the line out, rub it on the concrete, and wrap it back in the spool. So to me, that's not.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
So John C said, "Hello from Ontario. How is your garden doing?"
Great. It is way overgrown. It's a mess. I haven't mowed the inside of the garden in 3-4 weeks. I think I just did the outside a little bit when we came back. We have so many tomatoes. We're sharing the tomatoes, and if you guys watched the garden video, I went out there actually to going to try to find my wand, and I came down the hill, and I didn't have my phone with me. I had to sneak back up. But I came down the hill, and I came within 8 feet, and I looking around, and then I looked back, and right in front of me is a deer.
Yeah.
Sitting right about 8. So I backed up really slow up the hill, got all the way back, got my phone that I was time-lapsing with, and came all the way back down, and I got him.
Wow, it really stayed there
Yeah,
that
it stayed
long?
there. It moved a little bit,
goodness.
and then you'll see when I went around the loofah, it was sitting there looking at me, and I was actually trying to feed it a tomato.
It was actually crouched down, like it was hiding from Carl. Like it was saying, "I'm gonna stay here till you go away and eat the rest of your tomatoes."
And
That's what it was
they
saying.
ate one of our biggest tomatoes out there.
Yeah.
I found, and we measured.
Oh, I found another one at 8 too.
was-
Another big one.
This tomato, even with a big section bit out of it, it was 1 pound 1 ounce.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, crazy. One lost dude said, "Coral, what did you do at 8th and I Barracks?"
I was I was on the drill team, not silent drill team. We were the drill teams on the sides of where what is it? The silent drill team does their thing. We did the what is it?
Body.
It's been so long.
I know.
Well, before that, I did the was Friday night parades at 8th and I Barracks, and then we did the EWA on what was it, Saturday night or Tuesday night at the EWA in Arlington, and then Friday night we did Friday night parades, and we were just there was 4 battalions and then the silent drill team, if I recall, and we did things, and they did the spinning
Yeah,
of the
it's been
rifles.
a really long time,
Yeah.
and I actually never really went to any of the parades because I was still in school and working at that point.
Then I went from there to, at 8th and I, they had body bearers. The Marine Corps, you only have 6 men to a casket, and we lift the casket above our head. As far as I know, we're the only service that did that. And it didn't matter how heavy the casket was. You had 6 people, you had to lift it above your head during the funerals. And I decided to do that. You had to pass a certain strength test and everything, and that was interesting. It was fun, but being at 8th and I Marine Barracks, it was like being in boot camp your whole time. Scrubbing the floors, polishing them. It was just like being in boot camp. Your barracks had
I
to be-
remember actually only maybe coming into the barracks like maybe once because they were kind of so strict, right?
Yeah.
So
like our rifle, our M1s
yeah,
had
you
to
would
be
meet me
glass
somewhere
polished.
else. Yeah.
Our boots had to be glass polished.
So
It was fun though. It was fun.
Tyree said, yeah, the heat index always gets into anywhere from 100 to 108 degrees. Actual temperatures differ from 80 to mid-90s, and the heat index doesn't make it better. Yeah.
Now, 3-4 weeks ago, it was 89 degrees and heat index of 91. Now it's been 85 with a heat index of 92, 93.
Yeah,
Um,
and I feel it's
feels a lot.
harder.
Now,
yeah.
I gotta say, you guys down further in the more humid areas, I give you all the credit because when we went to New Bern to the beach, it was humid and hot. I think it was almost 100 degrees.
Yeah. So Thunderbang said, what do you guys do during colder seasons? Love your videos, have learned a lot.
Now, we try to line landscaping up through to the winter,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to have a big September. September's aeration month.
September,
seed.
October.
Yeah, September, October. So we shoot to make, hopefully, usually we shoot for a quarter of our entire income that.
Yeah.
From September to October, where aeration seed, fertilizer, because you got to think we're doing aeration seed, fertilizer, 2 sprays, So that's 5 different apps that we're doing to renovate these lawns. And, that's
And we
if
love
don't have
projects.
software. Yes.
We really love projects.
And fingers crossed, we have a huge project that we're supposed to be doing. So
Yeah.
you guys will see that though.
Yes, so just
stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Because 2 of us doing this, we might need help.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna need help.
Definitely gonna need help.
I think we already started asking
Yeah.
people, but David said Katrina hit 16 years ago to the day.
Yes.
I think that we did realize that, right?
Rachel thought it was more in September, and I thought I seen
I
that
thought
they
it
were
was,
actually
yeah.
getting ready to do a whole memorial and this thing for the Katrina.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was more in September. I thought it was closer to Paige being born, but
I'm
I was wrong.
fascinated by weather, tornadoes, hurricanes. You know, when they're out in the ocean and they get really powerful and just go away from land and dissipate, they're amazing. But when they get this big and come on land, it's just devastating.
So Jim said, "What's up, Rachel and Coral from PA?"
Oh.
Yeah, from our hometown.
Yes, definitely.
John French said, "Hey guys, just saw this going on. How's it going?" Hi, John.
Good, John.
Hopefully
How
you're
you been
well.
doing?
Yeah. Hopefully you've been well.
We actually got all of our lawns mowed this week. We finished 4 today, and I was very happy with that.
So, Nate said, "How was your oldest first week at college?" And Coral, "How long were you in the military for?" So we'll start with the first week of college. It went really well. She's actually working also, and she has been primarily making smoothies, so she likes that.
Yes, definitely.
So she had a really, really good week, and we also had a really good week of homeschooling. So we did start schooling with the kids, and yeah, everything's going really well. It's going to take us a couple weeks to get into a routine of Kayla not being here.
Yes, definitely. She did a lot for us.
Yeah, she helped make dinner, so it's just now I'm having to do a lot more prep at night between the schooling and cooking. So definitely it's not just office work when I come home at night. It's
Schooling,
yeah,
cooking,
all the other stuff
office
too.
work, and all the other
That I
stuff.
had so much help.
And I only did one stint in the military, in the Marine Corps.
Yeah,
and then
so
I
the
was
4
out.
years,
Yeah.
and then. And we started having babies, basically.
Yes.
We got married.
It was pretty much peacetime. I was in there when Clinton was in office. We did the inauguration for Clinton.
Yeah.
Back then, so it wasn't much going on. So.
Yeah. So then, and then we bought a house in his hometown, and we were still young, so we bought a house in his hometown.
1920, right?
Yeah. And then we had our first. I was 23, and you were what, 20, almost 25.
Yeah,
so
it's been so long.
yeah. Hence the reason why she's in college.
Yes.
So.
They grow so fast. And Paige, she's gonna be too.
Another hello from Harrisburg, Virginia. Tanya said, "Have you had any customers request dethatching?" We have. I think in the past.
We'd have people call and ask us to dethatch the lawn, and we usually tell them if the lawn has been if it's grown so high and it's been mowed every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and there's a lot of clippings that people don't pick up, then yeah, it does need to probably be dethatched. But if it's been maintained weekly, we normally don't do dethatching.
Yeah, like even lawn commander said we don't have thatch, and that's what we were saying earlier. Is we really don't fescue.
Unless
is
you're
not
really
one
cutting
of
overgrown lawn, if you're cutting
and
it once
leaving
a month,
all that, like of course if you're cutting 3 feet tall grass and then you're just leaving this big pile of grass, then yes, eventually. But the little bit of like die off or whatever we have, we can just hit usually with the aerator.
And we're in a transition zone, so you can do warm season and cool season here. And fescue takes a beating, and that's why we recommend, and if you look at all the universities, they also recommend aeration and seed every year because you lose grass to fungus, to heat stress, and you can't help it.
Fescue is not one of those ones that spreads on its own.
So we're hoping this Black Beauty seed that we're changing to, it says it's more drought tolerant, more disease resistant. And I think we've noticed some of our lawns.
Yeah, we have. And we only used like 25% last year.
Last year of that.
So, Edward said hello from the Philippines.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Jim said, how's the trans working on the red truck?
So far, so good. You always worry when they put a new transmission in if something's going to happen. But I'm assuming, well, we still have 40,000 miles on our extended warranty.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that the transmission would come with some type of warranty to begin with.
Well, and the funny thing is we went and got the air conditioner fixed also, and then they also found the radiator was
cracked. Where it was connected. So.
Yeah. So they replaced both of those, also under warranty. We picked up the truck, we packed it up, and we started to go take Kayla to college. And I was driving the red truck, and I didn't realize Carl had it.
She pulled in. She pulled in. It was like, there's something wrong with the transmission. I think it's braking again. And yeah. I'm like, I come to the truck, and I had remembered that I shifted it into four-wheel drive. And if you guys don't know, when you put the truck into four-wheel drive, it kind of feels funny when you're turning and stuff. Yeah. So she thought it was fine. I was like, because my heart dropped when she said that. And I said, oh, thankfully it was that turning it back to two-wheel.
Yeah. So Jim said we finally got our Forestry Mulcher, so we'll be working our butts off in the mountains all winter clearing land. See, I told you I thought that he bought property.
Oh, nice.
So
how much property?
Did you buy property down near Cashier's? I think that's where he was saying.
Wait, what's he making, a garden center?
I thought so. Didn't he say that he was going to be our competition? But
yeah.
You would never be competition. If anything,
never.
That would be awesome.
Yes,
you know, because we could learn so much, and
I mean,
we're still far away enough where we can definitely work together, but close enough that we can still work together.
And we do want to have Rachel wants to do the whole nursery with the plants and stuff. I want to do a whole couple acre raised bed, pick your own farm market type thing. You guys will see when we get there eventually. Just to make it all easier with raised beds and irrigation, so I don't have to water every bucket, every pot. We don't have to worry about tilling and everything,
So, John also asked about GIE, and we did say earlier, somebody else asked about GIE, but we are not going this year.
We spent we put all our eggs into the going
to college,
and stuff like that. Because it is a hike and it's a trip and it does cost money, so.
And we are going to miss GIE. We have our GIE puppy, and she just turned 2. So it would have been fun to take her back, but we still also have Chase, who is our 9-year-old.
Yeah. And he's the only one that hasn't been vaccinated.
Yeah.
So
we just want to make sure that we're keeping everybody as healthy as possible, and
now next year,
to go see Kayla.
Definitely next year, because we won't be doing the college thing. And
she'll be a sophomore next year. Yeah, she'll be a sophomore next year. So we'll just help her with move-in, and then in October is going to be for us.
Because if any of you guys don't know, there's a KOA there. So if any of you guys are going there and you haven't gotten a room or anything.
You're telling our secret.
Well, there's I'm going to tell you.
I think I noticed that the KOA started like filling up more and more. You know, the first year that we went, there were so many cabins, and it is really fun. I'm just joking.
It's Louisville South KOA,
yeah.
And what they do is that weekend, the GIE, it falls, they do a Halloween thing, trick or treating in the KOA, and it's really fun. You decorate the cabin. We had bought all kinds of stuff, because we were going to go all out with the cabin the next year.
Like, we go, like, with totes, you guys.
Full of Halloween stuff, and we were going to cover the cabin, but
a fog machine we had. It was lots of fun. We didn't win, but it was lots of fun.
And you can win a free night or something, or a free weekend.
Yeah. So, let's see. Ray said, hey, what's up, guys?
Not much, man.
Vicky said, when the feel like is 96 in Michigan, we cannot work. It's way too hot. Yeah, that is.
Yes, definitely too hot.
Even today, what was the feel like you said was 93? Something?
You see the car temperature on the dashboard. I noticed that when what the temperature says on the dashboard in the truck, that's what the feel like temperature is.
And it just gets hard to breathe.
For some reason, I look at my Weather Channel app, and the feel like temperature is exactly even though the outside temperature is 86, the car tells me the feel like temperature, I noticed. But yeah, when it's that hot, You guys, we don't get no cookies if we overheat ourselves and have a heat stroke or have heat exhaustion. So stay safe out there. When it's
Yeah.
too hot, take your breaks.
So Stella said, "Oh my goodness, the tomatoes are going to be lost. I'm afraid you won't have time to process them." So
We already processed a bunch.
yes, I did. Because I'm actually homeschooling the kids, I was able to process a lot of tomatoes this week. And again, what I'm doing right now is just roasting them so that I can easily take the skins off. And then I'm just throwing them into plastic bags, or I have like freezer safe canning jars that I've been putting them in, and I put the date on them, and I just put them in there. Because then I can take them out and I can use them for, soups or stews or...
And tomorrow we're going to use a
chili.
bunch for, I told Rachel I wanted her to make tomato soup.
Yeah, so that is another thing. Like, he really likes my homemade tomato soup. Starts at homie that he doesn't like my homemade
And we
sauce.
could take a tomato, top off of it, wash it, cut the top
Oh,
off,
yeah.
and hand it to the kids and eat it.
And they'll eat it.
And then Joby eats tomatoes. I throw a tomato
Our
like
coon
this
hound,
big, and
she loves them.
jumps up and eats them. Oh,
As
yeah.
soon as she sees me cutting them, she's out there.
So you'll see.
howling,
Maybe we'll go out there to end tomorrow's video. We are going to announce. We're doing a garden video. I'm going to put up tomorrow night for if you guys came late. It's the whole week from when we got back, showing the damage and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to we picked some of the grapes.
Mhm.
We're going to actually tell you who won the garlic and how much weight it was.
Yeah, we have to go back and look at the videos. Again, we kind of just got so busy with the college thing, so we're sorry. But somebody did win it, and we will go back and look at the video and make sure that we, if you want it, let me know and email
because
me.
we did put that video up. But,
Yeah. Somebody that was really close, so.
Yeah. But we're gonna put it in tomorrow night's video, the garden video, and we'll pick all the tomatoes in the morning and show you how many, because we did the other day, but I didn't show you them, and they were some nice tomatoes.
Let me see. What size trailer? Steven said, "What size is your trailer?" It is a 16
Yeah,
foot, right?
16 foot, yeah.
And
it,
then
8
what's the
by
open
16?
trailer? The open trailer is a
16
14?
No, 16 foot, I think. Too,
Oh,
right?
is it? It might be. Ray said you guys do a lot of work for 2 people. Kudos to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks. We
we try.
it.
Yeah, we try. And, we were going, because we did actually have a fuller schedule, and we were overwhelmed,
Yes.
especially last year.
With the whole virus.
Yeah,
and
we
all
just
the
got
craziness.
overwhelmed. It was just too much. And so we had to pull back some, but
We were gonna hire, but
Yeah.
we decided not to. You know what you're going through.
yeah. Oh my gosh, we
with
see
employees.
you. Yeah, we see you.
We didn't want to deal with that, and we're the type that, so if you're looking how to run a perfect business, don't follow us, because we're by means. We don't start at 7 in the morning like some people. We're usually 9, 10 o'clock because we get heavy dues. And employee, you have to be ready 8 o'clock in the morning, and you have to have pretty much all the time. I mean, if you don't have to work all the time, boy, look, I got little bugs on me. He's going to go somewhere else, find somebody else, and even finding good employees. I always am optimistic, thinking that there's people out there that work as hard as us that want to work, right? But you got to understand, this is a hard business to work in, so unless you're paying a guy, but then even Ray said he pays guys really good, and it's tough, guys, especially now with the labor market.
John said the sound of the crickets is actually relaxing.
Oh,
Becky
yeah,
said hello from Concrete, Washington. Are you guys behind on any lawns?
No, we actually finished. We were behind starting this week. I think our new, like you guys seen in the beginning, all our lawns were like, 10 to 15 days. But we actually got caught up on our last ones that were maybe 16, 17 days today. So, and then now we're going back to weekly 7, 8 days, because we got all that rain and it's starting to grow now.
So Jim said that he's actually going to be putting videos up on the Dirty Lawn Thug channel of him clearing the lot.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So how far, you guys got the machine, it's your machine?
Yeah, I
So-
guess.
So would you clear any other lots if you need to? And how far would you go?
Yeah, well, and what did Lawn Commander, I think, said that he's gonna hit him up for some work. May come work for you this winter. So.
Yeah, that would be interesting to go down there. What is it in Cashiers?
Maybe, I don't know. There's so many comments. I am so sorry, you guys.
I'd
I'm
have to go back.
crying.
Like, if you're down there clearing in the wintertime and we're slow, we'll.
Okay, I found it. Excuse me. 109 acres just south of Cashiers, making a huge garden, 3 to 5 acre sunflower field, a small vineyard, leasing plots and going to do our own market. Yes, that's
Nice,
exactly.
nice. Yeah, that's exactly. what we're
Also,
hoping
2 to
do.
3 different wedding venue sites. Okay, we don't want to do the wedding venue sites.
Well, we do want one. We're gonna have a massive. And we might have to ask Jim on that one too.
Yeah.
We need a massive weeping willow eventually when we get our land.
Yeah, we would like to try to find the biggest weeping willow that we can get. But that's mainly for our girls.
Yeah.
They always said that they wanted to get married on our farm.
Under a weeping willow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very cool, Jim. Now, here, 109 acres here, we couldn't get that. We'd be lucky to find, 20 acres here, and that's even, land here is just out of control.
So, Stacy's asking about Home Advisor or Angie leads. And I don't know if people have answered this, but I'm actually going to tell you the biggest thing is just making sure that you are out there and you are getting your name out there, just putting your name out there. And hopefully, Stacy, it's helped a little bit with me sending your link to people that have asked for our service. You know, I'll get back to them and say, oh, we're full, but check out Stacy, he may have openings.
Yeah, we try to send everything his way, and then anything south of us we send to another group of guys. And
just trying to get your clients now to get on there and give you reviews. Even if you could say to them like, hey, if you go onto my Google page and give me a review, I'll give you $5 off your next service. People love even to save $5. So, absolutely, just try to get your name out that way. What you want to do is just brand yourself, and eventually you will. And then there's so much work that's going to be coming to you. I personally wouldn't want to pay like Angie or a company like that. I just have heard bad experiences with that. People
now, when we started 12 years ago, we did all Craigslist.
Yeah, Craigslist was free.
It was big back then. It was where everybody was going. And it got us the foot in the door. It got us 20-something accounts the first year.
But you had to do, with Craigslist advertising, you had to do a lot of weeding out,
Definitely.
We had a lot of clients that would call and just, were looking for that one-time thing, and that just was not the company that we were trying to be. So, it's so hot. Gosh, I can only imagine how hot.
Like, we're winos when it comes to the heat. Somebody had commented that we're winos.
I don't care. I will admit it.
I listen, the perfect mowing weather for me, if I could control the weather, would be no higher than 64 degrees, but like a 5 to 7 mile an hour breeze. That would be perfect to mow in that all the time. That hot and humid. But then you guys, what was it, the first year we moved here, 11 and a half years ago, I think it was. It got down to like 25, 30 below zero with the wind chill.
Yeah.
And when wintertime comes, that's when you don't see anybody from Florida here anymore.
Yeah.
In the summertime, spring, that's like half the plates are Florida plates. And then in the wintertime, everybody goes back down south even further because it can get pretty cold.
Buy our property, then we know that we can hit you up in the winter. Jay's Crazy Cut said, went down, we don't leave the house until 9 a.m. because of the dew.
Yeah, so, same here. The dew, what was it, this morning, it was 10 something in the morning, and it was heavy fog outside still.
To be honest with you, like, a lot of times we really don't get to our first job until about 10, and this week, there was a couple days that Carl went out earlier because he was going out by himself. So I was, getting the kids ready with school and all that stuff, and he went out and he was like, oh my gosh, it was so wet. It just, that's not fun to mow. That's why we don't mow in the rain.
The video that I put up today, when you have lawns that are crabgrass and weeds, that's the worst. It just, for some reason, it holds the what is it? The moisture in for some reason.
Grasshopper Crew. So, Ray said that, they're not even motivated with $20 an hour. And then Grasshopper Crew said, Ray, a person that's motivated, it's not much about the money, it's about the personal pride in oneself and the work ethic. Just my opinion.
And a lot of guys out there that do work their butts off, like Ray, us, all the other guys you see that are doing it on YouTube. We work our butts off because it's our business. So, I mean, it's hard to
Nobody's
get somebody...
going to work for your business like you.
It's hard to get somebody to put that much effort in, that much time in.
And if they have that much dedication, then they're trying to go out and start their own.
And do you blame them for doing that? But, I mean, on the other side, most businesses don't make it. They said.
Yeah, well, and that's what people don't understand also is that, this equipment's not cheap.
No.
Any Joe Schmo can get, a mower and go mow, but to do it right, to make it efficient, to...
And not to say, and even buying a Toro push mower, you can stripe lawns with them homeowners, residential.
Carl did it for many years.
I did with a riding Husqvarna mower. It was tricky with a steering wheel. You can stripe lawns still here with fescue grass and stuff with them, with even cheap equipment. But the stuff that we use, definitely, guys that are doing it, like I see guys every year, same year after year, same push mower, same riding mower, and there's nothing against that. It's all cheap. But it does make it a lot more efficient and a lot easier on you when you have the chance and you can afford to upgrade from a residential to something commercial like Rachel uses. I mean, it makes a huge difference in cutting your time, speed, everything. And in the end, your body. You want to be out there and make it as easy as possible for you. And I know sometimes I don't do things the easiest. People say get a Darwin's grip because my back over time and things like that, but...
David said good night.
Good night, dude.
Yeah. Any other questions? Hopefully I didn't miss anybody.
We probably did.
Scout said howdy from Ohio.
Hey, Scout, we might be coming to Ohio... What did Chase say it was? When did Chase say it was?
Oh, yeah, 2024.
In 2024, we're going to make a trip to Ohio.
Yeah, there's another solar eclipse.
Yes, and we missed the last... We were here for the last one when it came, but we drove all the way out west and left Asheville deeper into the mountains, and it got really cloudy and we didn't see much. So this year we're going to... If it's not cloudy in Ohio, we want to take a trip up there and see the solar eclipse. Find a KOA up there, right?
Yeah, I want to find a KOA up there. I thought that would be fun. So, and yeah, I hope it's not cloudy because...
And we can use it as school.
Yeah, there you go.
Hopefully by 2024 he's back at school.
I know. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see. What am I missing? Ray said, we make it look easy, but a lot more goes into it to make a living than people think.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. You have to be a certain type of person. So I actually used to work with kids and be a director of a daycare center, and I said that you had to be that special person to be able to work with kids like that. And then I never thought I would do this. Never thought that I would like it. I don't like spiders.
Yeah, but
I remember the first year going out with Carl and mulching and like little wolf spiders crawling in the mulch, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this? And now I don't know.
Now you drive that mower like it's part of you, and you spin around and make it look
I love it,
nice
and
pretty.
it's I again never would have expected it, but I enjoy being outside. enjoy just, I don't know, being on each lawn and just like kind of making it our own, right?
Yeah. And guys, even this late, even the best of us, it's tough. We only did 4 lawns today. And it was kind of kicking my butt, the heat and stuff today. It was like
Yeah.
that late August funk. You know, you're like hot out there. And it is a little harder out here if you guys live in the mountains like Stacy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder of
Well,
mowing
David
out.
knows
And David,
too,
it's
yeah.
a little bit harder mowing out here on your body going up and down these hills. I mean, mowing flat yards, I could only
There's-
dream of having every yard flat. That would be like a dream.
Yeah.
You know, I think we are lucky if we have 3 flat yards.
We have a few.
A few.
And it would be nice if they all
Right?
were like that.
That
every-
one development that we did 2 days ago, Ursula's
Yeah.
that kicks
Yeah,
her
it
butt.
does.
We
That
want to
is
do
the
things
hardest
after, and then it's like after that we're like, oh my gosh.
Grasshopper Crew said, my hardest item is the office work. I absolutely stink at it. You have to get a program that makes it easy.
Yeah, if you don't have a program,
And we are not sponsored by,
Yeah.
we do
Yeah, we
use
don't.
Jobber, but
and
we
we
are
pay
not
the whole
sponsored.
price for
Yeah,
the jobber.
we pay for it.
But
And
it definitely
he
made a
was like
huge
that.
difference.
He was like, oh, with the calendar. No, I'll always have my calendar
I always
book.
write in my book because I can
Uh-huh.
erase it, move it, and what Jobber is, I've scheduled everything in the schedule weekly,
Yeah.
and all I do is at the end of the week I take all the names and put them on one day, and if I have to, I redo my schedule every week like I would in a paper book.
Yeah.
And then when we're done each job, it crosses off and it's automatically ready to invoice because you put all the prices. It definitely, it took. I was telling her for the longest time to get a program,
Yeah.
but there was no.
And
good
I was
program.
stubborn too. You know, I like to do everything on my own and I wanted to make sure, but I was missing stuff. You know, when he was doing extras, I know we weren't getting that.
No, we weren't charging.
So,
missing things.
so now the calendar is real. I mean, Jobber is really nice with that
Mhm.
aspect. It just, everything's mainstream.
Yeah.
Tubby said, when's Carl gonna get a hold of an Echo?
I had an Echo about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
longer
you
than
had
that, in the
an
beginning.
Echo
I-
trimmer.
I had an Echo trimmer when I first started, and then I went to remember buying my first steel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Well, you had an Echo, and then you had the Husqvarna that we really liked. You did have.
That was a blower.
Yeah, that was a blower.
That was the best blower I
Oh,
ever
the
had.
trimmer.
Besides the trimmer,
Right.
I had the Echo, it was
Okay.
a homeowner's one, but only the first year. And I remember going from that to the steel for the first time. It was like amazing. It made a big difference. I'm not sure what the numbers were on them. If somebody were to give me an Echo, I would, but I still like steel. I absolutely do not like the 94R. It is the worst steel product I've ever bought, and I still fight with it every single day. And I took it to Ace. They didn't want to tune it up. I'll take it to the other place, but he said somebody returned one because they had a problem. And when we put that video up, a lot of people are having problems with the 94R. And to me, it's junk. I hate it. I don't like it. But if I get another trimmer, I want the battery operated steel. I want to, if I were going
We
to
saw
GIE,
somebody get one, right?
who
Yeah, if
was
you're
it?
going to GIE, like if you're going to GIE, you should definitely check out the battery.
Yeah,
They say that it's really good.
He told me the battery one is just as powerful as the 131, I think. He told me.
Nice.
I'd be curious to try it because it's quieter. You don't have to wear your earphones if you really didn't want to when using it. So you can hear things better. I don't know eventually. But I'm gonna still use the 94R.
Francisco said, any new weed trimming videos? Have a good night, happy family.
Well, we just put one up right before we went live with a bunch of trimming, edging. Now, I am going to do a lot of overgrown weed eating on the farm here. We got a whole bunch of overgrown bushes that need to be pruned back. And technically, we don't have to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so... Oh, Scout said, this is my favorite channel on YouTube. Thank you
Thanks,
very
Scout.
much. Yes. And Brandon said, I love your videos. Thank you
Thanks.
very much. And Chubby said, it's too hot. First Saturday off in 2 months, and our hay guy calls, and we got to get 350 bales tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a lot.
And hay is, that's horrible to work with. Hay, pine needles.
Oh man, I actually didn't have a mask today for the last one, and on the way home I sneezed like 6 times, and I know that it's the grass. I'm allergic to grass. I know.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm in the wrong business.
If anything, with the whole pandemic thing that's going on when it started, we started wearing masks and wearing them outside and doing this. You guys know when you're mowing and you don't have something on, and you would see homeowners with the masks on all the time mowing, and I'm like, oh, they got allergies. And I would be at night, and you'd go, and you'd be always doing the mulch crew.
Yeah.
Or the grass
definitely
crew.
with mulch.
Definitely with mulch. But when I have the mask on, definitely I don't do that as much. And then, like she said, we did it today. I actually sneezed twice too.
You did.
So I think my allergies might be worse because I wore that and I didn't suck in all the pollen on
Well,
it.
and here's a little fun tip if you guys don't know this. They say to help with your allergies, if you find a good local honey, that helps a lot. And we do that, but I mean, we're also outside,
Yeah.
almost all day long. So.
And you really probably shouldn't be breathing in all the leaf dust, all that mulch, that heat and spores that come off. It definitely, I don't think long term, but it definitely messes you up at night. You're like.
So Waymaker said, I agree with you on the 94R. And then Lawn Commander said that you guys still have to do your trimmer competition.
Okay.
And he says the FS94 rocks. So
Maybe,
this
hey,
is going to be
Stacy,
a good
wait,
video.
do you know how to tune them up or something? I'm not a
Yeah, I bet
mechanic
you do
in any
guys.
bit.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. That cricket is so loud right
Yes,
now.
definitely.
Where
But
is it?
maybe if you behind you somewhere.
No, it sounds like it's behind the camera.
Hey guys, we're pretty impressed. We actually started all these by seed, right?
Yeah.
All of our coleus here. Oh, I just broke it. I guess it gets trimmed.
Brandon's Lawn and Landscape said, you should get an iPad for the truck to enter and work. And you know what? We did actually have an iPad that we would bring when I first started going out with Carl during the day because we had so many clients. Oh, I didn't realize that our Jack Russell was out here.
She's old, guys. She's like 15.
Yeah, she is. Oh my goodness. What was I saying? Oh, the iPad. So I did have one because I would try to get work done while we were out, and then you know what? It was just in this big bag, and the bag would just end up sitting in the back seat because when you're out working in the field, that's the last thing that you want to do is really work. So it's just really easy to click off that we did the client, and then later on I can then go and send invoices and all that.
And it's hard with, because I do all the editing of the YouTube videos.
Oh, they might not see her anyway.
Oh yeah, she was back behind the bushes. But it's hard because I do all the editing at nighttime, usually probably between 8 and 10. So I use the computer, so Rachel can't do any of the billing. So it's easier just to click it all
Lay down.
on there.
Lay down.
Do all the billing from there.
Lay down. No, lay down.
Come on, Ryan.
Lay down. Lay down.
She wants to jump up on
I
you.
know. Lucy Young said, good night, my buddies. It's been a long day. Good night, Lucy. Walter Job said, hello all. You could also look at the NTEP trials to see.
Come on. Come on, Delilah. Jared.
So are there
Can you
any
put
other
Delilah away?
questions?
She's right here.
Carl had to go put our Jack Russell away. Like we said, she's like really, really old. I guess he must have, maybe she was crying and he let her out. She is to the point where she constantly thinks that she's thirsty. Like, I don't know. Constantly. Like,
Oh, the coonhound seen her.
oh, that's right. The coonhound was, I don't know. She was there since we've gotten the coonhound, since we brought the coonhound back to the cabin. But for some reason, the coonhound thinks she's a white groundhog.
Yeah, she. Yeah, tell her to put her away.
That's funny. So let's see. Jay's Crazy Cut said, I grew up on a farm and we hauled bales of hay, sometimes 500 square bales a day. Oh my gosh. So if you guys don't know this, we actually, we don't own this property, we rent, and the people all around us, hay, they bale hay, and oh my gosh, when they do the hay,
Rachel tells all the kids to come in the house because allergies, when they come with the big trucks and start spraying everything.
Well, and when, if you guys don't know this, when they do hay, and everybody that's saying that they bale a hay, they come with a spinner too, and they spin it to dry it. So it's not just a one-day process, it's over a couple days. And especially Chase, we realized, we didn't know it, but the first year he got like some type of like hay fever type thing,
I don't
right?
know. He was sick.
Like he was very sick, very congested, sneezing, and we took him to the doctor, and the doctor gave us allergy medicine. And we're like, oh my goodness, that's all he needed was allergy medicine. But because he was outside playing when they were hanging, it was crazy.
It's what, 30, 40, 50 acres maybe all around us. It's across the street, goes over here, goes all the way back over here.
Gareth said, time for bed. Thank you for tuning in. And then Francisco said, raw honey with lemon, room temp water took away my allergy. 1 cup a week, early morning on an empty stomach.
Nice.
I forgot how allergies feel. That is awesome, yes, because I believe it. I really do. Chiggers, too.
Now, we haven't had to deal with chiggers much here. I don't know if they're around here as much, but yeah, we don't mow tall grass. Now, when I was in the Marine Corps, there were chiggers.
Yeah, I have never, I don't
And
think I've
fire
ever
ants.
had them. Yeah.
Now,
I
fire
don't
ants,
know.
we don't usually get fire ants here. I've been bitten by fire ants when I was in the Marine Corps. Then our daughter, we got out down in South Carolina somewhere at a stop, and she stepped out of the car into the dirt and started screaming, and they were up her legs in a minute.
Oh my goodness, it was so quick. She was little, she was young, and I was Chase was just a baby at that point, right? And man, it was so quick, and we just poured like bottles of water on her. Yeah, that was crazy.
They're little nasty.
Yeah, they
creatures.
were nasty. So let's see. I don't know if you guys know this, but we were talking a little bit about how Carl and I met, and we were very young. We were teenagers, and then when he got out of the Marine Corps, we bought a house in his hometown, which was in New Jersey, and then we moved here when in like 2000.
South Jersey.
Yeah.
2010 we moved here, right?
Yeah. So we moved here
August.
in 2010. And in Jersey, we did not have a lawn care and landscaping business. He worked for a cabinet factory, like a cabinet place.
I built cabinets from when I got out the Marine Corps all the way until 2008 recession. And the last company I worked for before they laid everybody off, we actually built all the cabinets in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
The place I worked for. And Rachel ran her own daycare center.
Yeah, so I ran a daycare center, and I was a director of a daycare center, and then when I had our second Paige, she just needed tubes put in her ears. And
She was always having ear infection.
Yeah, always had ear infection. So she just wasn't doing well being around that many children. I am definitely an advocate for a village, raises a child, but being around that many children at such a young age, she was only like 6 months old. So I ended up quitting as a director and stayed home with the girls, and then I opened like just a little home daycare. Yeah, and it worked really nice because I was still able to stay home with the kids. And I had our third, operating the daycare at home, and, we were still making money. And they still got that socialization, which I thought was really great. And then we decided that we just were holding on to something in New Jersey that we really didn't want, you know.
And at that point, when the recession hit, I had lost my job for almost a year. I think it was over a year, and then we decided, like, because of the recession, parents stopped bringing their kids. Like, you didn't have as many.
Yeah, I didn't have as many. So in New Jersey, we were allowed 2 infants, and then a total of like 5 or 6 children I was allowed to have, right? So I just started losing kids, and like whatever, I could have made it work with less children, but then like I said, we just were realizing that we were holding on to something that we were outgrowing anyway.
Yeah.
We had had our 3rd child, and
the town was going downhill.
yeah, it just wasn't the best town. It wasn't really a school district that we wanted to continue to send our children to. So we were looking into possibly having to, you know, send to a private school and then paying and all that. So we decided to make the move, and we came here, did not have jobs, didn't even really know the area that we were coming to.
We actually, if you guys are still paying attention,
I know, thank you for watching.
Rachel had done all her research about Hickory, Morganton area. It's a little more east of us,
Yeah.
about an hour and a half. And we actually went out there to a town called Cullettsville.
Yeah.
I still remember it. And I remember it because we went to the town and the people said, if you want to watch the fireworks for 4th of July, you have to get here early because it gets packed. And we're like, okay. We usually go to Fort Dix in the Air Force Base in Jersey. And when it's packed, there's hours to get out of that place to go home.
Yeah, actually the last couple of years you had to be bussed on and bussed off.
So we get to this place and the nearest people are like 25 feet away from you and on like blankets and stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is packed to them?
Yeah.
And it was just...
It was really nice though. It was a really small little town.
Community town, beautiful area.
Yeah.
And it was if you guys haven't heard fireworks in the mountains, you have to come to the mountains and hear the fireworks. They echo off of everything, and that little town was just nestled in between the mountains.
Yeah.
And you just heard the echo of every firework that went off, and it just rippled through the mountains. It was so pretty. And
no, it was a cute little town. The school district was rated really well. We did all of our research.
And what was it, like 30 days before we moved? I said, let's go to Asheville.
And he's like, I just think that Asheville's a bigger city and we're going to have a better opportunity trying to find lawn care and landscaping work, because then at that point we realized what we were going to do. We threw around a lot of ideas and we just thought that lawn care and landscaping.
Because I did tree work and then I worked for a guy who did the landscaping, and he's the guy I worked for 12, 13 years ago back then. He taught me how to do the edging and everything with the trimming with the weed eater and stuff like that. So that's where I learned it from, and I just improved on my skill.
So Jim said Hickory is where he was born.
Yeah?
Yeah. And he said Burnsville puts on a great fireworks show too. So I bet so. Burnsville is a nice area too, right?
That's north of us,
I think
east
so,
of us, right? We actually did work up by Burnsville, right?
Yeah, you did.
You used to do a leaf cleanup,
Barnardsville,
right?
it's like Barnardsville. I think it's like very close though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not.
So we'll have to look again, but Jay said that they started in 2009 and part-time for the first 3 years. So you started a year before us, Sam.
Yeah, I started in 2010 and did solo for 7 years by myself. And when I have a board in my room, we have 2 big whiteboards, and one of them says 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
And I looked at that board, and me and Rachel were mowing 96 lawns.
In 2018, right?
In 2018.
Yeah. Crazy.
96 lawns, and we'll tell you, we brought in 86,000.
Yeah. So that just actually goes to show you that, yes, mowing is bread and butter, but if you want to really expand and make more money,
you have to narrow your clients down. You have to
get into more services. Yeah.
So in that year we made about 80 something thousand. I can say we make quite a bit more than that, and we have 41 accounts now.
Yeah.
And that's
Well, but we also have fertilizing now.
we added
And like
aeration
Carl said,
seed.
that is a big chunk of our income.
And that's how
per year.
we have been able to do it to where me and Rachel can pretty much do all the stuff that we do and still make a decent living for ourselves.
Yes, Bernardsville and Burnsville are close together, so yeah.
But yeah, and even when we moved here in Asheville in 2010, the economy was still wasn't the greatest. We did like every guy you see took on any job you could take on, took on big cleanups for cheap. You know, we would do it for cheap, make it
Well,
look
that's why
really
you
good.
went out to Barnesville, is it was a leaf cleanup,
Yeah.
I think. And actually for a couple years we were continuing to go back to her because obviously when, you know, clients around here find somebody dependable and good, they tend to call you back. So then, you know, after like the third or fourth year of doing that, we just had expanded our clientele here enough that we had to say, sorry, we don't go that far anymore. So
And it's hard.
that's the toughest part is to explain to clients like, sorry, we're full, or, you know, a lot of times clients don't realize that you're just husband and wife team. They see a nice website. They hear that your name is out everywhere. You're so well branded that they see your name and then they're like, well, why aren't you taking on any more work? And there's just only so much you can do.
And we're
as two
happy.
people.
We're happy
Yeah.
where we're at. And we used to do, what was our mowing radius at when we first started? Oh boy, it was probably 36 miles.
Yeah.
Like we were going far.
It was too far.
And
What was somebody saying that they were in Washington D.C.
in a
right?
5 mile radius. I love
Yeah.
that.
Oh
5 mile
man,
radius.
5 mile radius.
Now
that's
we
awesome.
always keep saying like, you know, we do up in Asheville, we narrow it down our clients. I don't think we'll ever be out of Asheville because we have a core group of clients that I don't think I could get rid of. I think all of them, right? I don't think there's any of them that.
I know. Oh, we'll have to watch. I guess Jay is working on an old truck. So everybody's talking about we'll have to check out his video.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Oh man, we're really thinking about you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
I know.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure they build the houses for the most part pretty good down there, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they have to be able to withstand. I mean, what I don't understand actually is like my mom actually lives in Florida, on the west coast of Florida.
Right on the beach. Like,
Yeah, like almost right on the beach, and she bought a trailer this year.
Like a trailer, nothing wrong with a trailer,
No.
or a mobile home park.
I
but
just don't understand
beach.
how they have mobile homes on the beach because, I mean, yeah, like, I guess the chances are really slim that her area is going to get hit, but you just never know. And I just don't know if I would want to take the chance. I would be too afraid of taking, but I guess, like, the alternative is you live on the beach, it's beautiful.
You can live in the
And the
mountains
chances
then
are
flood.
it's not. Exactly. Look what just happened. You know, not many people realize.
Yeah, and I definitely, looking into
Tennessee, too.
that, yeah, Tennessee got hit harder. And watching what them people go through, they had never expected that to happen. And it makes you think, even when we buy our property, I want to make sure we're not, you want a stream and you want a water source, but you don't want something that can, like, overrun your house and stuff. And I think that was the most rainfall in 24 hours in over 50, 60 years.
Anthony said, hey guys. Hi Anthony, how are you? So, hopefully it hasn't been too hot in Florida this year. But I think it has been.
Definitely. Hot and humid.
So, but hopefully you're doing well. I don't think that there's any other questions. Do you have anything else that you want to add? No, you guys definitely should ask us some questions so that, you know, we have stuff to answer for you guys. We don't know what you like to chat about. Do you like to chat about lawn care and landscaping, or do you like to chat about the garden? we
I think
kind
they
of,
like everything.
yeah, we kind of hit on everything, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But thanks for coming to chat with us. It was fun.
Now I get to see how long I can keep this stuff alive.
I know.
My hanging baskets I hacked down. You guys will see tomorrow. I hacked them all the way down, fertilized them some, and I think they're coming back now. Even, and I'm hoping to get a nice new flush of flowers. Now I haven't cut the fuchsia in a while.
Yeah, I'm just amazed that the coleus actually got as big as it.
Like we started all this from seed. Yeah, I'm amazed too.
And hopefully it's been okay with, hopefully we weren't choppy at all.
I don't think anybody complained.
Oh, did Anthony? I think Anthony said that he retired.
He retired?
It has been so hot because I retired. So.
Yeah, it's the heat. It's only going to get hotter, I think.
Yeah, Jay is worried about the wind, trees falling on us.
Now you guys have a lot of them pines down by you, the big white pines. I don't know what kind of trees you guys have down there. I was looking at your area on the map. You're kind of like where the boot comes down and around. Because I was checking out the whole where the hurricane's going to go, and
I've always wanted to go to Louisiana.
Your town where it was, and you're kind of like right on that west side of the storm. I mean, if it stays to the east of you guys, 100-mile-an-hour winds we get 70-mile-an-hour winds here, and it's like pretty crazy. I couldn't even imagine.
We did see that Christina was angry with the mower. Their X-Mark,
yeah.
I guess, or X-Mark or N-Mark, what was it?
X-Mark.
X-Mark.
Yeah, N-Mark is our gas station.
Oh, that's right.
When we went and bidded on them, and I would call them X-Marks, and they're the N-Marks.
Yeah. One commander said he bought a 1973 F-350 dump truck. Oh, cool.
Nice.
It's not restored, but it's a pretty good work truck. Yeah, that's pretty
Oh, that's the one. Isn't that the one you came to my house with? The one he
Oh, did you
pulled
see
up
it?
here? Yeah, I think that's the one, right?
Oh, yeah, probably. You probably saw it. The dump truck. Brian said, "Hi, Rachel and Carl. Hope you are both well. Just got back from a 3.5-hour job and heading off to quote on another one soon.
Nice.
Spring is ready to bust out next week down here." So, interesting, right? Very cool. So you are out working and we're getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah, crazy. Well, times 3-hour difference or 2.
No, it has to be down here, I'm assuming. Where are they from?
Out to the west, Texas.
No, it has to be like Australia or somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, could be.
Just got back from a 3.5-hour job and heading off to quote another one soon.
Oh yeah, so then you're in either Australia. I don't think in the UK I don't know the time zones all the way out there.
In Australia.
Yeah.
He's in Australia, see?
We want to visit Australia one year.
Yeah, Walter Jobs said prayers for all affected by Ida, for sure. We're thinking of everybody.
Definitely, even the people up there still in them fires by Lake Tahoe.
Anthony said, "I may even move up by you guys. I would like to work with you guys."
Nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, this is a beautiful area, but
and normally it's not as hot as
I'm
humid.
hoping to be able to get my sons out there in a couple of years, but I don't know. Maybe I'll take you up on that offer, Anthony.
I'm hoping in a couple of years we have our farm with our market and stuff like that.
Oh.
And we have a little bit of mowing and landscaping projects and stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So Jay said that they have 100-foot pines next to their house. Yeah, so from what we know about pines,
if they're clustered together, they can withstand the wind more.
Yeah.
Especially the white pines here. That's why if you have...
But pines are weed.
Yeah, if you're going to have people cutting trees down in your yard, you don't want them to cut every tree down and leave one single pine because that just will give it... There's more of a chance it's going to fall on your house.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dark Gamer Girl said hi. And Brian said, "You are both very welcome. I learned a lot from both of you and you helped me a lot." That's awesome.
Thanks, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Just sharing our day and what we do helps people out. That's awesome.
Man, everybody is definitely sending all our good thoughts to Jane, Christina,
Yeah,
especially. You know, and anybody else in that is going to be affected by Ida. Just stay safe, please. Please stay safe.
Yeah, as soon as this thing goes through, just let us know that everything's good
Yeah,
down there.
like mark yourself safe so that
Yeah.
we know. You know how people do that? We
Yeah,
want to know.
it's I don't know what I haven't checked it yet. Last update I seen was 7 o'clock, but they said that
I
it might
thought that it
fall
was
out.
Amanda. Dark Gamer Girl is Amanda.
Amanda who?
Your sister.
Oh yeah.
She's out loud. It's me, Amanda. That's fun.
But yeah, I haven't watched it, but they said the pressure was dropping and it could get rapidly intensify. Let's hope not.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
and it's not even just that; it's the tornadoes on the east side you got to worry about too. So just listen to weather apps and radar, your alert systems and stuff.
Be safe for sure,
Yeah.
and let us know that you're okay.
Another thing, don't go near puddles with electrical wires and stuff. Just
Oh man,
be
even
careful.
here in Western North Carolina, when we were getting all that flooding rain, you know, people were sharing videos of cars trying to go through.
Like deep water that. I mean, if you have like a car that's specialized
Like
for
a
that,
Jeep?
like a Jeep or a truck. I mean,
Yeah.
I seen a PT Cruiser that somebody had put on there that went through this. I'm surprised they made it. And that's listen, when you do silly things like that, it's not just you're putting yourself in danger. It's the rescuers that gotta jump in the river and try to save you. So just if you see a big wall of water and you know your car is gonna float away.
Yeah.
Just don't do it because somebody's got to try to save you.
Yeah.
And then they have children. I mean, I know that's their job. I know they volunteer to do that.
It's
but
scary
still,
though.
yeah.
I would be too afraid to go
Yes.
through. And from people that we talk, I mean, water rises so quickly within a matter of like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, you can go through one area that is not flooded and then turn around and come back and it's already flooded.
That's what's dangerous around here in the mountains. It could pour down rain on the top of the mountain 5 miles away, and then the town's down at the bottom. That's when that wall of water builds up and comes down, and you know people are down there just doing their normal thing, and then.
Wait, Neil with Grasshopper Cruises in Florida, he said last major hurricane was Hugo, and it did damage in Florida. I didn't know that you were in Florida, Neil. But yeah, Hugo was pretty bad too. So, and then what? Andrew was devastating.
Devastating too.
Yeah, so.
They had a couple of big what.
Oh my gosh. We don't want to talk about the devastation anymore. We just want to pray for everybody and hope that everything is fine and stay safe. So, but we really do appreciate you guys, you know, watching and getting us to almost 10,000 subscribers.
We're almost there.
It's
We
amazing.
never thought we'd get there, but
Yeah.
we're almost there, and we thank every one of you guys.
Yeah. Again, when Carl came home and was like, I want to start doing YouTube videos. I want to join this community. I was like, what? Who's going to want to watch us?
And the funny thing is, you were the one, she was doing all the editing.
I
She was
was.
doing the recording too, right?
No, you were recording because I wasn't even going out.
Oh, yeah.
So you were going out and then bringing me home footage, and I was working on the videos, you know, the next day. And then we would throw in videos like that I would do with the kids, you know, here. And we grew loofah that first year.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And guys, the loofah we have is just absolute, it's like this big now.
Yeah. So. Oh, Neil's in South Carolina now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you were in Florida, I guess. Oh, we had a cloud burst 11 inches in 1 hour.
Where's that? Georgia?
No, Stacy's saying that.
Oh, Stacy.
That's why it flooded there, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
You knew that, you said that, right? It was just something that was just sitting right over top of them, right?
Yeah, it was training. That's what
Yeah,
happened.
it was just training, and then it was just training on top of the mountains, and then it just boom all down the mountains and into the nearby rivers. So anybody that was close to the rivers or major bodies of water it came up over the sides.
And that's usually
what
the way that
happened.
storm came in. When the storms come off from the south, from the Gulf of Mexico like that, and come up, they usually bring out the rain on the southeast slopes of the mountains where we are. And then usually, like the other storm that's coming in, it's coming over top. So it'll be Tennessee and that side of the mountain range that rings out the water. And I think we're only supposed to get a half inch out of this one, maybe 3/4.
So Yard Resource said, any future plans to purchase a stand-on spreader sprayer? If so, what do you think would work well on your hills? Thanks.
I had a friend tell me he's seen the Skag one, David, and he said it was really nice. I do want to stand on sprayer spreader. Not sure we're going to happen this year because if you guys have been watching, we had to buy a car for our oldest daughter. So, and we have a couple things that we're getting paid off now, but I kind of don't. I'd rather push for one more year so I don't have to have that payment. You know what I mean?
He's so stubborn.
Rachel would go and because we could get 0% financing through Sheffield probably. And do it or get very low through our credit union. And we believe in financing stuff as long as you're making the money to pay the payments. And 0% is 0%. I'd rather have the cash in the bank than throw it all down cash on a mower and get a $500 discount.
I really wish that we could actually buy a compost spreader too. I really wish that we could find somebody that rents it around here because I would at least do that for now. Because I just think it's so beneficial to put down compost the same day that you're seeding and aerating.
Yeah, especially here in the mountains.
With the clay, yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, the boss probably could go get one, and it would definitely make my life so much easier because you could aerate and I'd be zooming right behind you. But in the future, definitely.
Yeah.
Because we're always going to spray and do lawn treatments. We're always going to have about 30 to 40 lawns to mow and treat, so we'll never get like
we enjoy it, yeah.
Like if we get down to where people sell their house and we get down to 35, we'll open up and probably consolidate down here, pick up more down here or something. But no more than 40, 41. We want to give our clients the attention that they need now instead of spreading ourselves too thin.
So Grace said, hi Rachel and Carl from Virginia. And Stacy said that anything we had needs to just be thrown away.
And you have to re-sheetrock all the walls.
Yeah, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, flooding is.
No, now from what I understand, Walter Job is saying even the vent track, but I think that this was just your rental house, right, Stacy?
Yeah. It was just his rental house.
I think he did lose a mower, though. I thought I saw a picture of a mower. Cheryl said, hey, guys, we love you. Well, thank you very much. Yes, we love you guys, too. And we appreciate you, all your comments, all your likes.
We try to comment back on all of them, but we have so much going on.
So much going on.
we put that on ourselves, though. We know this.
No,
we know we put that on ourselves.
You know what? We're able to do it now, and there might be a point in time that we're not able to do this much. So we need to take the opportunity and do what we can.
And doing the garden, yeah, it's a lot of work. Farming is a lot of work, but it's relaxing to me. It's what I like to do. So.
And our biggest goal with that right now is just learning.
Yes.
You know, we really do someday want to have just some type of market for people to come and enjoy.
Bring your families, and it's kind of like I want to have raised beds with what we're doing out there, flowers and stuff. And once we can have irrigation set up to where I don't have to do as much of that, just imagine I can probably make things even look better than they are now. Yeah. Except for groundhogs. Groundhogs are my nemesis.
Terrible.
they're my nemesis. They ate all my big tomatoes over here. They were looking awesome. And he can't just eat the tomatoes and leave the plant. No. He has to eat the tomato and climb his little fat groundhog butt up into the bag, eat all the carrots in the bag, and then pull the big, nice tomato plants down and eat the tops off of them. Yeah. So, and then on top of that, I told you I processed a bunch of tomatoes this week, and the tops and like any seeds and stuff that I discarded, I put into a bowl,
And I put outside on the steps
Because
for
I put
Carl
them in the worms.
Yep, to give them to the worms. I didn't want to keep them into the house because gnats. I don't know where gnats come from.
They just appear.
Yeah, they appear. So I put the bowl outside on the steps, and don't you know that the groundhog must have found the bowl, because by the time Carl came home and I told him that there was a bowl of tomatoes, he was like, it's gone.
The groundhog came up on the steps and ate the tomatoes.
Yeah, just crazy. So, Caleb said, good evening. Okay, Stacy said, my equipment is okay, just a lot of tools, trucks, motorcycle, and stuff in my shop. Yeah, that stinks. I'm sorry. O'Neill said the cotton picking deer ate up his family's garden. Yeah.
And if you watch tomorrow's video, I got a picture of a deer I caught in my garden.
Yeah.
Like, I was good, maybe 10 feet away, and then it took off, but it eats our tomatoes. One year I planted, we didn't have the deer fencing up, and that's what happens. We don't have the deer fencing on the back side of the garden. And I was worried when we left that I was worried about that.
That they would find it.
But one year I had, planted 150 tomato plants. After doing all that, I came out the next day, the deer ate all the tops off of every plant.
Yeah, every single one.
And when Dave was coming to pick up the 36 to use, when
I remember because it was raining.
There was about 20, 30 deer out in the field.
Wow, that's crazy. Greyhound Mowing said, hi, Boston Carl from Australia. Very cool from Australia. I guess it's the time now because it's during the day, so people are like going to sleep here.
Oh, so that's kind of, well, I don't go to sleep until late. But, that's cool that people from Australia can see us if we're on at this time.
Yeah. So Tubby said, sounds like a job for Mello. Okay, you guys want to know the funny thing is why Mello was adopted.
Yes,
basically.
to chase off the ground.
Yeah. So the first year that we were here, I was home all day. Chase was young, so Carl was still working solo, and we planted on the other side of our house. And the garden did really well. We were watering a lot, and I stood at our window one day and saw the groundhog come up and pull down my okra plant.
A whole 6-foot okra
Yeah,
plant.
my whole 6-foot okra plant, and just start munching the entire plant. So, and then we were finding, all kinds of tomatoes were being just big, beautiful red tomatoes that I was about to harvest, and he was just coming up and eating them. So I was like, okay, well, we need a farm puppy. So that first year, he was young, so he was out on the farm with us, and he would come out there with Chase and I, and then I think I started working with you the following year. And then, of course, the kids were home, so the kids and Mello hung out in the air conditioner all day.
Yeah. So now Mello's a lazy farm dog and sits in the air.
He likes to sleep on couches and beds. And
now I would open the door and let him sneak out and run after the groundhog, but he's 5 years old, and I'm afraid we have steps. There's about 8 of them, maybe 6 or 7 that go down. And I'm afraid if he would try to run down them steps
would try, yeah.
to go after it, and he would really hurt himself.
Yeah. So, especially in the snow, like he tries to run a lot, and he can really get quite far.
Oh yeah,
so,
he can get far.
He's not very fast, but
he's like a big ooh.
Yeah. So he is a lazy farm dog, but that's okay. His livestock and his guarding duties are the children.
Yes.
And he has bunnies too that he guards inside.
Yes.
It's funny. He sleeps on the bed and just stares at the bunnies. Mm-hmm. So, and when you ask him if he's guarding the bunnies, he puts a big smile on his face. Mm-hmm. So good dog. He's
definitely a good dog.
Definitely one of the best dogs we've ever had.
And he has a channel too, Mella's Adventures.
Yeah.
She just hit 1,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel.
Yeah, Mella's Adventures just hit 1,000 subscribers. Now she has been a little busy, I think, because we, she also was on vacation with us, so coming back and doing, all her leashes and collars also, and then on top of that, so. Stacy said set. We actually did set a trap. We actually had 2 traps, and we've caught a couple of them.
And we've released them other places. I can't kill them. I just ain't. My friend says that he can shoot them because they ate all his stuff down. But
it is really frustrating.
It is frustrating. And to be honest with you, if we had a horse farm and we had horses or livestock, you would have to do something with them because when we got the Pyrenees mellow, he told us that the reason they have them is they chase off the groundhogs, and he said they actually kill the groundhogs. Because if the groundhogs burrow holes in where the horses are, and the horse falls
they goats and horses,
and
right?
Yeah, and if the horse falls in that hole and breaks its leg, that's not good.
Yeah, so Mello's parents, both of them were working farm dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, they both were purebred Great Pyrenees. We both met the dad and the mom, and they were right about an hour and a half from this area.
Going towards Charlotte more.
Yeah, and the mom obviously wasn't out in the field at that point. She was taking care of her babies, but the dad, we saw him working, and he came over and greeted us. They both were very friendly, and I can tell you that Mello is actually bigger than his dad.
Bigger. Yeah.
So
Mello is 156 pounds.
Yeah, so we got the biggest Pyrenees.
And if you guys don't know, Pyrenees' weight range from I think it's 110 to 130, right? So I think he's 24, 26 pounds above the average. And we took him to the vet, and the vet said he's perfectly proportioned.
Yeah, he does a lot of hiking with us, so it might be a lot of muscle too.
And in context, if we were to have him stand on 2 feet, which we don't do because of his hips and stuff,
right,
he would be taller than me.
He is taller than Carl. So, when he was even a baby, he was really getting up there. And we did it a couple times when he was a baby. And if I can find the picture, we should,
put it in a video.
Yeah, put it in a video so you guys can see. But we don't do it much now because we just, again, we want to keep them as healthy as possible and
it's
hopefully
sad that them dogs usually only have a lifespan of like 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard for us because he is such a lovable dog.
So we have a hello from Tennessee. How high do you guys mow your lawns?
All year we've been mowing them. I'd say Rachel's mower is about 3 7/8, 4 inches, and that's the highest setting. Not even putting it down on 1 pin, right?
Yeah, I think it's it's the highest setting. So it's up at 5 when I'm mowing at I think it's just at 4.
Yeah.
And then when I drop it down to the 1, which is what 4.5 it's supposed to be, or 4.75.
Yeah,
it's actually what you said. Then
3 7/8.
Yeah.
Right. And my deck, I can just turn the thing so I can adjust it whatever. And usually I'm at 4, but we're going down to 3.5 now. Because we're getting ready to aerate and seed.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the new seed we're going to use, the Black Beauty, I think you can cut that down to 3.
It's supposed to be
I would go by weather. If you guys are having a average rainy, a little bit above average, you can be more at 3 3/4, 3.5. If it's really dry out, I would keep creeping up 4.5.
For sure, because the shorter you go,
the quicker it dries out.
Yeah,
when you
it does.
dry
The quicker
spell.
it dries out, it really does. I mean, I definitely noticed the lawns that we keep on our highest setting all season. By this point in the season, they still look decent.
Yeah, they still look decent, but they're not as bad as the ones that you see neighbors cut them down to 2 inches.
Yeah, where they're completely burnt.
Because you also got to remember you're getting into the period now where the pre-emergent we put down starts to wear off because we need it to wear off for seed, and then even that little window allows the weed seed to pop up.
So Robert said hello from Ohio. So so we have people from all over, and that is the best thing about doing YouTube.
Definitely.
is just hearing, you know, people comment from all around the world, and you know, we have friends from the UK now, and friends from
It's like
Australia.
family. You guys are like family
Yeah.
to us. I mean, you guys comment all the time, have wonderful comments to say. We learn from people's comments.
It is a lot of fun.
It's inspiring.
Does the helpful neighbor still scalp your customer's lawn? Oh, okay. So that is actually the Scalpy McScalperson by our neighbor it's actually assigned to a development.
Yeah. It's the sign. No, I don't think I've seen them.
I don't know. I mean, he had to have mowed it, but I guess he just
Maybe he watched your video.
No, maybe. But no, I haven't noticed it being really bad this year, to be honest.
I haven't noticed it either. And somebody's been mowing it.
Yeah, it's been mowed. So I don't know.
Now
it might be somebody different. I don't know.
Our neighbor Scalpy, he still scalps, but he's got a new mower, so the scalp isn't as noticeable. His old mower, it would scalp uneven. You know, when you hit certain, it would really, you tell. And then you know he's scalping when I cut, and then he comes back, and then we pulled in the other day, and you just see right down the middle of the road.
Oh my
big
goodness.
chunk of grass. And you know it's bad because people might think it's us that's doing it. It's right in front of our house.
We definitely don't want that name. We definitely don't want that name because it's right in front of our house. And there is another lawn care company that comes across the street now too. So.
And I thought that was Scalpy, but then when I went out there wasn't grass everywhere, and our area wasn't mowed. So, I mean, he's trying to help. He's an older guy, neighbor. I mean.
Yeah. I don't
If
know.
I get out there and cut it low enough to where I can stripe it and make a pattern in it, if he goes lower than that, then more to him. I don't know how he goes lower than that, but
I don't know either. Anthony said good night, you guys. Hope
Good
to
night.
see you in the future.
definitely we're gonna try. We were trying to do it like every other week to live, but you know, with the college and everything. And
Yeah, I know. We definitely got off track. We were supposed to go. We were gonna go live the Saturday before we left to take Kayla to college, but you guys know it just gets so hectic, and when you're trying to pack for a family of 6, plus we bring all the dogs with us. So, and then this time we were actually packing like everything that she needed for school too.
Yes, totes.
Yeah, and as much as we tried to be prepared, like, thankfully, the bugs are terrible, I'm sorry. As much as we tried to be prepared, like, I even sent some stuff to his mother's house, which is really close. We still had so much to bring.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you needed that much stuff for college, but it's all like organizers and stuff like that. And food.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is that we're unpacking her and we're like, putting it all out, and Carl's like, wait a minute, do we have to come and like pack her up and bring her home too? And I'm like, yeah, what do you think's
every year? I gotta do it every year, guys. Every year.
Yeah, every year he said. So I don't know. Maybe eventually, after we buy a house here in our house, then maybe
we'll invest in something closer to where she's going, especially if she.
It is a really pretty area.
Yeah, and she's not sure whether she's going to do med school there or somewhere else, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes. It would be a nice thing to invest in something that she could just stay in instead of renting.
Jay said, I think Scalpy moved down here and hit our commercial property. Live out loud. Scalpy McScalperson is everywhere.
Wait, and down there, you guys already cut low because of the type of grass.
Oh
so
my goodness.
How much lower, man?
How much lower? What was he cutting at? Like 1.5? Oh my.
Wow.
Luke said hi all.
Hey
That's funny.
Yeah, because you guys, I think warm season grass, you guys are cutting pretty low as it is.
Did you guys ever hear that saying before, Scalpy McScalperson? I don't know why. We find it funny, and you just have to make light of any situation because whatever, life is too short.
Yeah, it's too short. I can't. There's no point in going out there and yelling at the guy and making bad neighbors. I just wave to him when he goes by, and
yeah, we always wave. We're always friendly, and
look at it as I guess I don't have to cut that part for a while. right?
No, and you know, it doesn't bother me because we don't treat our lawn.
No.
When it did bother me is when it was the Scalpy that was getting into our lawn that we treat.
Yeah, that we treat and spray and stuff. I mean,
That was just a little like, okay, come on now. You just scalp that, and next week I'm gonna have 500 weeds to contest to now.
Because if you don't know, when you hit that dirt and you scalp it, you just messed up your pre-emergence. So weeds can pop up there.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then Neil said, as an irrigation service provider, we love Scalpy. They provide plenty of head replacement work.
I worry, our biggest property, they did irrigation there, and I always worry. I told the homeowner to just go make sure all the sprinkler heads are down before we come. I always get worried they're going to stay popped up, but...
I actually am nervous. And no, we cut pretty tall. And actually, I was thinking about that today when I was mowing. Somebody had mentioned something about, like, picking up, because sometimes I'll use the mower to just blow the grass out of the road. And just because I have the mower, I want to get the grass out of the road as quick as possible if it gets in there. So I use the mower. And they said something about me picking up a rock with the mower. Well, I'm cutting at 4.5. And I think even today I had it down somebody like pretty low. And I went right over the rocks. And I'm going to knock on wood now. In all these years, I have never picked up a rock with a mower. I don't think it can.
Well, our lawns usually shouldn't have rocks in them. We've been mowing the same lawn.
No, but they're saying like when I go into the street.
Oh, no, I don't think it. And her shoot blocker's down anyway, so anything that's blowing
Right,
back.
true. Even if I do pick it up, I think that it would get reflected off of this shoot blocker.
Now, if you had my 48 where I can open it full throttle with the shoot blocker, yeah, you could pick up something, but
yeah.
No, in 12 years, I think we've never had a mower break a window.
So I'm not worried about hitting his irrigation with the mower either, but I am worried about aeration. I am worried about aeration.
He's going to have flagged all out.
Yeah.
Unless he just doesn't want to do aeration again.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll have to see what happens.
That's our biggest one.
Okay, Luke said he works for a university, so he knows how it is moving in and out. Yeah. OJ said that they mow between 3 and 4.
Oh, okay.
So that actually is, I mean, I didn't realize that you guys got all the way up to 4. I thought that you tried to stay at like 3, 2.5, 3, but wow. That must be Scalpy. Scalpy must be lower than that. St. Augustine is what lawn community. So warm season grass, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So warm season grass definitely does better. Although we have that one warm season that we mow a little taller, and I think that it looks.
Heather?
Yeah, I think it looks nice when we mow it a little taller. So, but that probably is about 3.5, and I'm mowing it.
Probably.
So, well, it's 11:43, buddy. You ready to wrap it up?
We're ready to wrap it up. It's pretty late. We gotta get up and farm in the morning.
It was definitely a lot longer, but we like chatting with you guys, so thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And be happy.
Or at least try. Have a good night.
At least we didn't get bit by mosquitoes out here.
I know.
So my candles work.
Golf balls, yes. Neil said he's worried about golf balls.
Oh,
I could see that you could pick up a golf ball. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, definitely. Tennis balls.
Because they're a little bit lighter.
You did pick up, remember?
Oh,
the dog toy?
Oh, a dog toy.
A dog toy. You picked
and
up.
I did. I actually, but I had to shoot up, remember?
Yeah.
I made sure that I had to shoot up because it was a little bit longer of grass, and I picked up the dog toy and actually threw it towards a glass window.
It hit the house though instead of between
it hit the house, and the client did come out because he heard it obviously, and I saw it right away, and I stopped the mower, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I think after that, I never mowed with the shoot up anymore.
And good thing it was a log cabin, so
Yeah.
it didn't do any damage. So,
So.
well, guys, we're gonna let you go now. If I can figure out how to end this video.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good
Thanks
night,
again.
guys. How do you end this?
I don't know.
Oh, we'll have you look at some flowers while I'm ending the video. Look, here's the. Those are the white. These ones aren't doing too good. These fuchsia guys. These, I left them out in the sun too long, but those ones are.